Welcome to Subgenre Sickos, the podcast where we analyze movies from specific small genres that pop up for a few years and then fade away for the most part. We look at the signifying tropes, notable figures, what works, what doesn't work, and their enduring legacies. So join us, won't you, while we discuss the movies. Creeps, ghouls, sickos, welcome back to Subgenre Sickos, the world's premier movie podcast. We're pioneers here, and you're pioneers too for listening. I am one of your hosts, Greg Orm, and with me, as always, is...
Steve Skinner, and we are covering our third, we're back with some old pals, the Duplass Brothers, and we're covering our third movie of theirs on our Mumblecore series, and that is the 2012 film Jeff Who Lives at Home, featuring Jason Segel, Ed Helms, Susan Sarandon, and Judy Greer, and it is about a guy named Jeff who lives at home. So this title is accurate.
Yeah.
The Duplass Brothers would never lie to us.
That's right. I think this is also our first title with punctuation in it, too, which is exciting in its own way.
It's a very long title.
Welcome to Subgenre Sickos, the comma.
Yes, we love our commas and M dashes. We're not AI, but we like an M dash, and we feel like our culture is being appropriated by the machines for incorporating so many M dashes. So we're gonna try to fight back in the way we can. We're gonna take back the M dashes, folks.
As someone who rambles in text form and uses a lot of commas and M dashes and often gets things wrong, I am particularly annoyed at ChatGPT for stealing what I've always felt is my special thing and making it the voice of idiots everywhere. So that's frustrating. I guess I'm going to have to learn proper grammar and how to get to a point. So...
What's the fun of that, you know?
Yeah. Fuck you, Claude. Fuck you, Gemini.
I may not need to walk around in circles, but I do love to talk around in circles.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's a good time. Just like this movie, a nice time with some good friends.
Yeah.
It's...
He likes to smoke weed like me.
Yeah. He's just like us. He loves ball.
Exactly.
He loves ball and weed and hoodies and public transport. You know, that's just our Jeff, you know.
And he meets a lot of Kevins.
Too many Kevins.
And that is fitting because where I work we have at least 6 that I can think of off the top of my head, and I feel like there are a couple I'm not remembering. So.
That's a lot of Kevins for one workplace.
Well, I mean, we have, I guess they're all in, 5 of them are in the main office. One of them's in one of our many satellite offices.
Oh, okay.
But still, I think we have more Kevins than any other name. I don't know. It feels like something to be proud of.
Yeah. There's a few others. I mean, Steve's also a pretty common name. I've got a few Steves in my office. We just kind of go by last names. So that's, just the old kind of high school sports trick. It's like, all right, your last name is who you are now. So good luck.
Yeah, and for me, an abundance of Steves is more of a friend group thing. Which you know, because you're in the friend group with the 2 other Stevens.
Fair.
And the town I live in is called Stevensville. So it's weird that of all of us, I'm the one that lives here and none of you. It
It might
feels
have
like you guys should all be here and I should be somewhere else.
that is true, but Stevensville does seem to be quite far away from a lot of things, so it's a little. I hadn't even heard of it until I met you.
Yeah, well, it was the first white people settlement in Montana, and the church that they built to convert the natives to Christianity, something that has never caused problems for
No,
large groups of people, is a block away from my house,
not
and the
bad.
museum actually is kind of cool. I
Okay.
lived here for 20 years. Well, I didn't live here for 20 years, but like my family has been based here for over 30 years, and I visited the church and the museum for the first time last year. So that's how dialed into this town, my hometown, I am. I don't even think we went there for school.
Yeah. It.
Yeah.
I think you'd go there for school at the very least. But there's a Steve in this movie as well, so
There is.
it's all connected. That's what Jeff would think. There's no accidents. Everything is fate. It's all connected, and you just gotta follow the signs. Which signs is his favorite movie, which was a fun detail that I
Yeah.
forgot about.
Yeah, I forgot about it too. The movie actually opens with a quote from Jeff
Yeah.
that I took a screenshot of. It says, "Everyone and everything is interconnected in this universe. Stay pure of heart and you will see the signs. Follow the signs and you will uncover your destiny." Jeff. So that's a nice way to set the tone immediately.
Yeah. It's just kind of get you ready for what's to come. And yeah, Jeff is
Yeah.
just
Yeah, he's
a sweet guy who gets picked on by his older brother.
yeah. So this actually starts with a variation on a trope that's come up a lot. The bathroom conversation.
Mm, yeah.
Now, in other movies, it's a man usually talking to a woman who's trying to do something private in the bathroom. In this one, it's Jeff sitting on the can talking directly to us, the audience, while he's in the bathroom. But one would assume that the audience includes women. So it is still a man talking to a woman while doing something private in the bathroom. So I think we should count it.
Let's count it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I forgot that he was sitting on the toilet when he's again, yeah, I guess to date the movie, he's not even he's using like an actual tape recorder to record his thoughts. And
Yeah.
has a razor. People are using their razor phones and
Yeah. I didn't have a smartphone in 2012.
I did, but
Yeah, I had a.
it had a kickstand, so it's kind of cool.
That
So
is fancy.
a phone that you
Uh,
watched old dogs on that phone.
I did. I did watch Old Dogs on that. You were playing like a sports game on the
Yeah,
PlayStation 3, and I
yeah,
was on the couch behind you watching Old Dogs on your phone and
yeah.
constantly saying, "You gotta check this shit out. This movie is unbelievable." Uh,
You're right. What a wild, unhinged movie.
did you watch? You watched it finally.
I've seen parts of it. I haven't watched the whole thing,
Oh,
unfortunately, but
you
it's a weird
gotta
watch.
watch. Yeah, it's bad. Don't get me wrong. It's a very bad movie, but it's unbelievable. Like, yeah,
Uh,
it's almost indescribably bizarre.
Well, I think today is what would have been Robin Williams' 75th birthday, so no better way to honor the man than to watch Old Dogs, which I think was supposed to be an R-rated movie that got edited down into a PG-rated movie, so that might explain a lot of its problems.
Yeah, just like Kangaroo Jack.
which
Another movie that started as an R-rated adult dark comedy and became a movie for children that is borderline or completely incomprehensible and just more bizarre than anything else.
and only has one dream sequence with the talking kangaroo, so not even that kid friendly. Still,
Man, maybe we should do years down the line after we've worked through every other series. Uh, Children's movies that started out as adult movies.
yeah,
Okay.
that'd be fun.
It may be a very short series, but it's weird that it's happened multiple times, and it usually involves an animal of some kind.
I I feel like yeah, would have to throw in Galaxy Quest because that was supposed to be R. So one good one.
Yeah. Or was that supposed to be PG-13? Because
I
there's
don't. They dub a few
Sigourney
lines.
Weaver.
So
There's the really obvious one where
yeah,
Sigourney Weaver's mouth is clearly saying "fuck that," but her voice is saying "screw that." That has always been funny to me since I was a kid. Yeah, I'll have to look into what else was cut back on that one.
well,
But
Den
yeah,
of
well,
Geek. Who I'll trust Den of Geek on this. They do say it was supposed to be. Oh no, never. So Galaxy Quest R-rated origins hilariously linger in the final cut. Because yeah, there's like also the scene where you see Tim Allen's balls.
what?
Kind of. I remember like it's when the Thermians come pick him up and he's only wearing a button-down shirt and he's like bending over. There might be a little sack. It feels very close to there being a silhouette of his sack. Too close for comfort.
Well, this is the closest I've come to respecting Tim Allen. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, you at home. You have Galaxy Quest. Put it on. Tell us if you can see Tim Allen's balls. That's what you want to do today, right? Look
That's
at
what
Tim Allen's balls.
that's the most important thing any of you will do today if you look that
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Forget your children, forget your significant others, forget your jobs. Gotta find out about
Or
those
just
balls.
bring all those people to the couch with you. Maybe if you can't see it, one of them will go, there they are. Both of them. Those balls also narked on his coke friends in the 70s to help him avoid more jail time.
And
And now he's normal and not the fucking worst.
he's I guess at least he's not James Woods, so he's got that going for him.
That's true. I have never heard of him hitting on a 16-year-old and then finding out she's 16 and being excited about that. So, point Tim Allen.
There you go. You're not as big of a scumbag as James Wood.
Yeah. You cleared that hurdle.
Yes, good job. But yeah, I guess Jeff is played by Jason Segel, who like
Yes.
was like the hot shit at this time, and I was a really big fan of him when this movie came out, so I was very excited to see it because yeah, I loved Forgetting Sarah Marshall and really love I Love You Man. I like his Muppets. I pretty much liked everything he had done. You know, Freaks and Geeks, Undeclared.
Yeah.
I was all in on Siegel. I think he's just kind of a tall, funny, derpy guy, kind of like I aspire to be. I found him inspirational, so he was kind of a little. Yeah, I had a.
Yeah.
I was very fond of his work.
I'm not huge on I Love You Man, but all that other stuff is great to me. And I also thought he was great in The End of the Tour, the David Foster Wallace movie,
Yeah,
where that's who he plays. I thought he was incredible in that. I like him in How I Met Your Mother. Watching this, I really miss Jason Segel. Not enough to watch Shrinking, but enough that I miss him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did watch. Yeah, I've watched a little Shrinking. I've tried to watch some of his other stuff because he did that one show with Andre 3000. Um, that's kind of
I
almost feels like a spiritual sequel to this, or like in the same vein. What is it called? Dispatches from Elsewhere. It was like on like a 10
oh
episode mini series on AMC that like does like no one I don't know anyone who's watched it. Like I've not heard it
I
discussed. I've not heard anything about it from
I
anyone else.
heard the name when it was either in production or had just come out, and then never heard about it again, including A, what it is, B, who else is in it. So the Andre 3000 thing is new information for me, and C, where it was. And then, like you said, nobody ever mentioned it again until right now. So, yeah, completely forgot about that.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's kind of feels like a spiritual sequel to this in a way, but it's about because it's about like I don't know reality and perception and like everyday life and looking for signs and things are but it's more like oh like things are deeper and hidden in plain sight, but it's like almost like there's like a group of people like playing like a game. It's again it just might be a little too convoluted of like a premise to like really be able to
Yeah.
sell easily. Yeah, I
And
think
this
I
is more of Kevins are hidden in plain sight
yeah.
everywhere you go, which I've found to be true. Like I said, my workplace is borderline infested. Um,
And it's
yeah,
the only Kevin not in this movie, besides like all the canceled Kevins are annoying Kevins because you got your Sorbos and your Spaceys and whatnot.
and your
Um,
Hearts and your Jameses.
yeah, which they're not. You know, Hart and James aren't canceled or whatever. They're
No,
just
they're the
annoying.
annoying ones.
They're annoying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but I was, you know, they should have had something related to we need to talk about Kevin. Maybe he could have met that Kevin and helped him out, or got shot by a bow and
Uh,
arrow. Who knows?
yeah. Wildly different movie. If he meets, if he talk, yeah. I guess an alternate title for this is "We are talking about Kevin a lot. We're just not sure which Kevin."
Yeah, too many Kevins. That was another thought
Yeah.
I had.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, like funny.
Kevin City. Kevin City, am I right?
Hey,
That
but
was an alternate title.
look who's home. It's Kevin.
Yeah.
But yeah, it kind of relates to it like a weird way because like kind of the thing that gets the plot going is Jeff watching TV and the TV has an ad that says like pick up the phone and start a new chapter in your life, and then phone
Oh,
rings.
but it is an incredible vitamin commercial,
Yes, it's very
and
funny.
my note was I gotta get me some of them vitamins because I'm going on vacation tomorrow, and when I get back, I'm going on a huge exercise and health thing that I've been planning for a while.
Nice.
So I got to get me those. It was also really funny to me in the commercial that it was like those big protein powder, like
Yeah.
jars for the vitamin, but it's surrounded by like full heads of broccoli and cauliflower, just like all over the place. That was a really funny detail for me. Like, are those in the vitamin, or are you just also like broccoli and cauliflower? I do too. It's just weird that
Yeah.
there's so many.
It's yeah, like a super vitamin. But yeah, it's a very funny fake. I'm assuming it's a fake ad unless it's like a weird local ad. Because yeah, this yeah, it's kind
It
of
could be.
it could be. It's
I've seen a lot of
infomercials get
really
wild
weird.
and yeah,
Yeah. Oh, I mean that. You guys all know by now the type of weird shit I watch, and it's stuff like that. So, I don't know if it's real or not. I'd believe either one.
could have
I've
been real.
seen weirder. Yeah, I've seen much stranger.
But I guess yeah, this movie's set in Baton Rouge, Louisiana for the most part, and it was filmed in Louisiana, which is where the Duplass brothers are from. Which I always find weird because they don't really have accents. And no one
Nor
in
do
this
they
movie
in
really
this.
has an
Yeah.
accent.
No.
But yeah,
Actually, I've known a number of people through stand up from Louisiana, and they also didn't really have accents.
weird. It's maybe in like the
But
cities is different from the more rural areas. I don't. It seems strange to me.
yeah, but when I was in fourth grade, we briefly had a new student who was from Louisiana, and he definitely had a very strong accent. So
Yeah,
maybe it just like skips a I don't know.
very strange.
I,
But
yeah, it's a real your sister's sister, where maybe some of Louisiana people are horny for accent people and horny for not accent people. I don't know. That's a stretch. I'm trying to figure it out just like you.
that could be it. That could be it. But yeah, the phone rings. He answers it. The guy's asking for Kevin. Jeff's like, "There's no Kevin." And then one of my favorite lines in the movie is the guy's like, "There's always some motherfucker telling me there's no one named Kevin." And that's the beginning of the journey. And yeah, bringing it back to the Kevinness of it all. So that's
Yeah,
he gets that call and just knows he needs to look out for Kevin.
yeah. And then he immediately gets a call from Susan Sarandon, who is one of my favorites. And she's his mom. And she says, there's a wooden slat on one of our windows that's broken. I need you to go to the store and get wood glue to fix it. I've left money on the counter. Use that money to go to the store and buy wood glue.
This will be your
So,
birthday present to me.
yeah. Or you have to find somewhere else to live.
Yeah. And he, kind of has the childish reaction, like he doesn't want to do it. But I,
Yeah.
I really like Susan Sarandon. I wish there would have been more of her. I wanted more Susan Sarandon in this movie. I know it's like not
I,
about her, but I do. She is just so great, and give me more
yeah.
Susan.
She's always a welcome presence. I have a friend that when he was in New York, he slept in a bunk bed that was previously owned by Susan Sarandon for her kids.
Oh wow!
I don't know how he got it, but that's what he was sleeping in for a while. So,
It's like
so there's a
yeah,
connection. The signs are all around you.
the signs are there. Follow your inner Jeff and look
Yeah.
for the signs. So yeah, that's those are kind of two of the main three people. And then we go over to Ed Helms, who plays Jeff's older brother Pat. He's married to Judy Greer. Does not seem like their marriage is happy.
And he has the goatee and polo and haircut and vibe of every retail manager in the state of Montana. Just
Yeah,
impotent. Definitely, if this movie came out now, he'd definitely be on some manosphere bullshit.
yeah,
Uh, just like, I'm an alpha, and clearly he's the saddest motherfucker you ever saw.
yeah.
Just,
Overcompensating for his lack of
yeah,
confidence. Um,
yeah.
yeah, his,
I'm
his goatee is rough. I'm like the goatee's no good, but it's again like you're saying, the kind of the perfect character choice for who this guy is because he's just kind of a douchebag.
It's a very authentic look.
Yeah.
Hold on, the cat is jumping onto the bed. You can do it. Yeah, you got it. You're halfway there. We're keeping this in, by the way. This
Keep it
is
in
our
all.
stunt.
We don't edit.
We do, but we are keeping this in.
Only the slurs, which these episodes would be twice as long if we kept in
Yeah,
all our slurs.
yeah, we're woke, but like, we use the slurs.
Yeah.
We're cool woke. Um,
We're like that
we got,
dirtbag left woke.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Not
Forget
like
come.
Nick Mullen.
I was gonna say, forget come town. We're calling this podcast Come City.
Planet.
Come plan. Go big.
Yeah.
Ed Helms.
Yeah. Uh,
Uh, Ed Helms, yeah, we were talking about this a little, and it was just one of my notes. I'm like, what is his comedic persona? Because I did,
yeah.
it's because I'm like, I don't feel like he's anyone's like favorite comedic actor. Someone's like, well, I'm seeing this or watching this because Mr. Ed Helms is in. Like, he seems like a very nice man from when I've heard him on interviews and things. Like, he seems very smart.
Yeah.
Like, he was pretty good on The Daily Show doing his shtick.
I liked him on The Daily Show,
Yeah.
but I don't know if I still would. That was 20 years ago.
Who knows?
But yeah. But at the time, I liked everybody on The Daily Show. So,
It was a nice talent pipeline for
yeah.
comedians. And yeah, because yeah, like he can be kind of like he's smug and douchey sometimes, like a little bit impotent, a little bit like I mean, like The Hangover, those are like probably his biggest movies, and he's kind
Yeah.
of just like henpecked and mean to Zach Galifianakis. I mean, he does play the song. The song is good.
Yeah.
So
He is in The Office, where he's Andy Office. Uh, he's a bit of a cornball, but also there's a lot of impotent rage. And anyway, I hated that character on The Office.
mhm.
It kind of was the beginning of the end the more they started to focus on him. And spoilers for Steve, because he's the only person that didn't really watch The Office. When Andy becomes the boss, that was unwatchable. I hated all of that. Ugh,
Doesn't seem fun, and
no.
yeah, I because yeah, I think yeah, the other thing I've seen him in that like I feel like oh like I actually like him in that was Cedar Rapids where he is more of the kind of cornball, naive, innocent
Yeah.
type, and
And that's a movie I remember seeing, and that's
yeah,
it. I remember nothing about what happens. Is Anne Heche in that?
and Hayes and John C. Riley and
Oh, I didn't remember. You'd think I'd remember that.
oh I mean John C. Riley's a big part of it. And is it Wendell
Yeah.
Pierce from the Wire? Someone from the Wire's in it.
Yeah, okay. Uh this isn't really I know they're in a hotel. So
They're
I
in a hotel.
remember
They go swimming in the pool. That's about all I remember.
sure. Sure. Yeah. That beloved movie that we're still talking about today that I think was a big deal at Sundance that we may have even tried to get into. And
I remember seeing it
just
together at the Broadway when it finally came out.
that sounds like a likely thing for the two of us to go
Yeah.
do on our own.
Yeah.
It's No Beginners, a movie that we definitely went to go see at the Broadway that I still have very fond memories of and have watched many times since.
That's a good one. And
Yeah.
I just know there's what the film spotting host Josh Larson is a huge Cedar Rapids fan, and
He's the one.
he's the one, and he met the director at some other promotion for like one of his subsequent movies, and he was just like, "Hey man, I love Cedar Rapids," and based on the stories, like the director was just very confused that he
It's
had
like,
seen it, that anyone had seen it.
yeah, let's see what else. I'm looking up. Oh, yeah, Miguel Arteta. He's like
Yeah,
a huge TV director. He's
yeah,
directed so many. Yeah, just all kinds of. I've seen other movies he's done. Beatriz at Dinner was not bad.
I like that
And
one.
then,
Yeah.
yeah, like basically every prestige or borderline prestige show since like the 90s, he's had some part in. Oh, he directed Chuck and Buck. That movie was great.
Oh, wait, so that's where we met Mike White because White wrote the Beatrix at Dinner.
Yeah, and The Good Girl, which Mike White also wrote. Yeah, he's done a lot with Mike White.
Oh, so
Oh, and
yeah,
he
so he
did
probably
Youth.
directed a bunch of White Lotus then.
Enlightened for sure.
Yeah, Love and Light.
Yeah, I don't know that he's done any White Lotus, weirdly. I'm not seeing it here.
Hmm.
But he did Succession
Oh, that's not
and
bad.
The Office and Freaks and Geeks. Yeah, no, he's just all over the place, like doing. Basically, you've seen his work. Youth and
Yeah.
Revolt, which I liked. Yeah. New Girl, which I loved. Yeah, everyone is familiar with this guy's work. The only thing that no one's familiar with, other than Josh Larson, and apparently us, even though we have no memory of it, is Cedar Rapids.
Very true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he did direct a couple episodes of The Miniature Wife, now streaming on Peacock.
Yeah, that wife is so tiny.
How she gets small. Better watch the show and
Yeah.
find out.
Yeah, I will probably not do that, but
No.
God bless all of you that have been watching The Miniature Wife. I have no personal problem with that show. I think it's been established I'm really bad at watching current shows.
Week to week is a struggle. It's nice to have it all just there so you can watch it at your own pace.
I just got caught up on Miami Vice. I'm a little behind.
Yeah, a little bit.
Anyway. Anyway, Ed Helms, his persona. It's, not for me, I don't think.
Like he's usually, yeah, like he's
Whatever
usually
it
at least
is,
fine, but he can get a little
yeah,
grating sometimes. But again, I
he
think,
seems like a very nice man. And I
yeah,
like that he's very private. I think that's honorable.
yeah, it's good.
But I find his persona, for the most part, and maybe it's just I hated that era of The Office so much,
Yeah.
but I just find him grating.
So we were talking at Helms, who I think, yeah, we're both just kind of like, whatever. Sometimes he's good, sometimes he's annoying. He's good in this by being annoying, by being very douchey.
Yeah, yeah, again, I've met so many of this guy. I've worked with some. Yeah, he I'm gonna say this is his best performance because he nails this kind of guy that just sucks.
Yeah, like it's almost like too effective, where he's just
Yeah.
like he's he's very hateable, and yeah, you can tell he's douchey because he wants a Porsche. He's telling his wife, who's played by Judy Greer, they're practically giving it away, and she's like, "Well, we're saving money for a house, so that seems like a bad decision to make."
So I didn't hear, for whatever reason, what type of car he got. I just saw him pull out the keys, and so I drive a Cadillac, and it comes with like a similar keychain type thing,
Mm.
and that's what I thought it was. And then he started describing the power and the feeling of driving that car, and I was like, oh, so he got a Cadillac. That's how it feels to drive a Cadillac. But no, it's
Yeah,
just a stupid Porsche instead.
that's stupid, but again, like the
Yeah.
perfect car for a guy like
Yeah.
this. Yeah, he's pretty much asking his wife if they should get it, but he's already got it, and I feel like of the luxury car brands, I really don't like Porsches. I'm not even like a car guy, but like the look of the Porsche, I don't like.
Yeah.
Just the whole vibe around it. I'm not into the Porsche, though I do hear they handle well. So maybe they're nice to drive, but I much like Jeff, I'm too big to fit into them. I don't
Yeah.
think I can ever drive or fit into a sports car.
I mean, that line is funny. The car is normal size. You're just a Sasquatch. That was funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Judy Greer is doing what she does well, being very annoyed slash disgusted with a man.
Yeah, dealing with just someone being incredibly disrespectful and
Yeah. And
and yeah, I don't know. Uh, the other word I was thinking of.
he says it's right outside, and he shows her out the window, and she immediately just starts pouring various colorful liquids and condiments on the car.
She dumps her breakfast on it,
Yeah,
and then because
and then ketchup.
he made her breakfast to try and like be like ooh like
Yeah,
he's like, oh, I can just why can't I just make breakfast? Like, it's like be nice, but I think he like literally just like made eggs and like toasted some Eggos. So not even that like high
yeah,
effort of a breakfast,
yeah. So then we cut.
especially when you've just bought a Porsche.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So then we cut back to Jeff, and this is where he gets the call from his mom, Susan Sarandon, or both of their mom, Susan Sarandon. But he's like
Yeah,
doing anagrams of the word Kevin, which is really funny to try to figure out
yeah.
what it means. It's like there aren't really any for Kevin.
Knife. It's knife, which
Yeah.
isn't even grammatically
No,
correct.
it's not a full word. Yeah, so that was funny. And then
But
he finds out about the slat that he's got to take care of. Uh,
yeah, so he ventures out, goes to the bus. It's nice. Helps an old
yeah,
lady onto the bus,
yeah, he's a nice
and
guy.
he's a nice, just kind of stoner guy,
Yeah,
just going through life. And he sees a young guy come onto the bus with a jersey with the name Kevin on it. So now he's activated. Nothing is a coincidence.
yeah. So he does what any of us would do in this situation and ignores his previous mission and decides to follow this stranger whose jersey has his first name on it instead of his last name, which they do talk about, which is good because I was curious. Because Jeff asked him,
Yeah,
"So your name is Kevin Kevin?" No, it's my first name.
it's a custom fit. He's looking good,
Yeah,
and balling with some guys on on the public court, and Jeff's just hanging out. One of the guys gets hurt. Jeff gets in the game, and I guess
yeah,
in the credits you see like kind of pictures of Kevin or not Kevin, Pat and Jeff growing up, and Jason Segel, and he's like in the basketball uniform and stuff. So it's like, all right,
yeah,
like, and he's tall,
yeah.
Sasquatch size. So he's balling, he's passing, he's making good plays. Like him and Kevin are like kind of, got a thing going, and they're having a good time.
So I looked up the actor who plays this Kevin. You will never guess who he is currently married to.
Oh, is it a mumblecore person or like a?
No.
I guess what field is this person in?
Uh, music slash making a, a real mess of their one SNL performance.
Ashley Simpson?
Yeah. They have been married for
Oh wow,
12 years.
good on you, good
Yeah.
on you, Kevin.
So, yeah. So he's still very much around. He's in the Hunger Games movies. Uh,
Indeed.
but,
Guess who's on this year's season of The Masked Singer as well. So if you're into that, then
yeah.
he was the Stingray. Spoilers for the Masked Singer.
Oh, I didn't look at that. I have never watched The Masked Singer.
Me either. Not
Yeah.
not my cup of tea.
It's too scary. I want to know who's singing to me.
I really need to know who's singing so I can
Yeah.
look into their eyes because
Yeah.
like it's a very soulful thing and vulnerable to sing. So I
Yeah.
gotta see the eyes.
Yeah. Anyway, so basketball Jeff is going wild on the court, and
Mm-hmm.
then he goes to smoke a joint with Kevin, and he talks to him about the movie Signs, and lists off the cast, but leaves out Joaquin Phoenix, which is an interesting omission.
I mean, at the time, I would say Joaquin was kind of on the outs because this is after his whole fake documentary rapper thing, and
Yeah,
I don't think people knew what to make of Joaquin at the time, but I'm just like, yeah, like he's like the best actor in that movie. I guess. How do we feel about Signs? Because I really liked it when it came out, and am genuinely a fan, and even was a part of a 24-hour film festival this was kind of in the wake of Be Kind Rewind, so it was
Oh
like
yeah.
24-hour film festivals, like make your own like sweeted version of a movie. So yeah, me and my buddies we did Signs, and it was very fun.
Yeah, that was
But it
Be Kind Rewind, the first movie I ever saw at Sundance.
hell yeah, great movie to see there.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a huge hit, but then it came out and I was the only person that saw it. Uh,
That happened again when you saw Hamlet 2 at Sundance.
Same day.
Oh wow.
Same day. Same theater. Same room.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, how do I feel about Signs? I haven't seen it in a long time. I liked it when it came out.
Yeah, pretty good spooky
Yeah.
alien picture. It's got, it's Shyamalan doing his faith and whatever stuff.
Yeah.
But he does it in a way that's like not annoying. So
I
I'm just like, okay, it's like I was okay, right on, M Night. You're
yeah.
exploring kind of your own spirituality and in a relatable way that doesn't feel like preachy or condescending.
Yeah, I like Shyamalan outside of his run from Lady in the Water, a movie that I deeply hate, to After Earth, a movie that I have not seen. But the other two he made in there I don't think are good. But I like him on either side of that.
Yeah. Trap, very fun, very good.
Trap, fun. Village, I'll go to bat for the Village.
Village, good.
Uh,
Joaquin killing it.
yeah. Uh, anyway, so he explains the plot of Signs to Kevin while they're smoking a joint, and then he gets robbed by Kevin's friends.
Which is strange because, like we said before, he's literally just like wearing a hoodie and shorts.
Uh,
It doesn't look like he has, and seemingly he doesn't have any money because his mom had to leave him money to buy the wood glue.
well, he doesn't have a job.
So yeah, like a bad mark to jump.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Uh, yeah, and then my next note is Susan Sarandon deserves better sons.
that is true. Who knows who their dad was? Maybe their dad messed him up.
Yeah. Well, he died in the 90s. Super young.
95, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
So they've been without him for a while, for most of their lives. So
yeah.
tough.
So, then Kevin is despondently walking around while his brother
You mean
Pat,
Jeff?
Jeff, is walking around. There's just too many Kevins. It's easy to mix the names up. Uh,
Everyone's a Kevin.
yeah. Jeff is walking around despondent outside of a Hooters, and inside Hooters we have Pat and some other guy in a polo shirt that presumably works with him having a business
Yeah.
lunch because Hooters is the place for business.
It's it is true. Got a business all important business meetings and deals. Go down at the Hooters. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think they work for like a paint company. I think that's what the
Yeah.
insignia on their shirt says. But he's pissed that his wife didn't love that he spent a bunch of money without her permission or without her consent on
Yeah.
a expensive sports car.
Yeah. Which is a kind of generic looking, of all the Porsches I've seen, it looks the most like a normal car. Like,
Yeah.
it's the least impressive looking sports car.
It's kind of like if you gave a Mazda Miata like a glow up, it would look like this
Yeah.
Porsche. So it's not, but it fits him because he thinks it's cool, but like
Yeah.
he probably can't afford the really nice models, so he's basically with like the bargain basement low end models, which I'm sure still are an ungodly amount, and yeah, it looks bad and dumb. Like
Yeah. So Pat gets a call from their mom. That's just like basically, can you check on Jeff? I don't trust him to buy glue from the store. And that's when Jeff walks by the Hooters and Pat sees him and runs out to basically call him a pussy. and tell him that he's breaking up his business meeting. And then Jeff asks
Yeah.
him if Gandhi was a pussy, and Pat says yes.
He says Gandhi was a pussy.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then I don't remember what the context is, but he also, yeah, Pat says the line like Yoda would be fucking killer in a business meeting, and I like
yeah,
that as well.
yeah. I have that in my notes. Yoda would be good in a business meeting. Um, and then Pat decides to show off what his car can do to Jeff.
And
Um,
what's playing on the radio
oh
at
yeah, is
one of the a top five '90s song. I don't want to say the
yeah,
greatest '90s song, but a
but
top five '90s song.
it is the most '90s song that exists that is not by the Gin Blossoms. Um,
Indeed. It
yeah,
is Two Princes by the Spin Doctors,
yeah,
and it is a song we love. And
yeah,
when we road trip to Denver to visit Casa Bonita, we were rocking out to the '90s station late at night, and it was like a request line, so you could call and do '90s requests. So yeah, I
yeah.
called and requested the Spin Doctors. Two Princes. They ended up playing it, didn't they?
I
Or
think
did they
so.
not play it? I
I
can't
think
remember. Yeah.
part of the reason that we requested it is because at the time I was kind of obsessed with the Sarah Silverman program, and
Hmm.
her gay metalhead friends, Steve Agee and Brian Posehn. There's an episode where Brian leaves his iPod behind at the house, and Steve looks at it and discovers that Brian doesn't listen to metal at all. The only song on his iPod is Two Princes by the Spin Doctors. And I thought that was really funny, and I think we may have been talking about that. It tracks with that time in my life, at least.
I mean, I'm always down for the Spin Doctors, so it could
Ah,
have just come up organically as well.
it's also possible because, for whatever reason, Chris Barron, the lead singer of the Spin Doctors, was following me on Twitter, and I cannot
Hey,
explain it.
not bad, not
Yeah,
bad.
yeah,
And yeah, he's zooming in and out of traffic, and because he said, but like, obviously not a great driver, probably
yeah.
can't handle the power of the car, and then crashes into a tree. And
But he's.
yeah, like an old,
It's just so funny that that's the song that he cranks up to
yeah.
display the car's power. I like the song, but it is not the one that I think of when I'm thinking, what's an alpha listening to right now?
I like to subvert that, like when someone like right thinks they're hard, they're playing a song. I remember when I was in LA, living in LA, driving home once, someone was like in a Jeep, like bumping "Fuel" by Metallica. So I was just listening to what I was listening to, roll down the windows, turn it up, and they're getting an earful of Rasputin by Boney M.
I,
Just gotta match the energy.
I have the Teddy Bear's Picnic on my phone specifically for situations like that. Just because I think it's so funny to like make aggressive eye contact with somebody at a stoplight and you're listening to fucking Teddy Bear's Picnic.
It's good. It's a good bit.
Yeah. But yeah, he crashes into a damn tree. And
And yeah, there's an older couple who's not pleased
no,
that he crashed into their tree, and they're very funny. I like this old couple.
they have a price for him to get out of there without the police being involved. And Pat thinks he can talk him down from $500. And so he's like, I'll give you $100 plus 400, 150 plus 350. And they're just unwavering, and he cannot get out of it.
He's mad because it's like a tree, and it's
Yeah,
like doesn't seem like there's any damage. Maybe some of the bark. Because I was kind of like at first like it's like oh like the tree is probably fine, but
yeah,
I guess it's still a crime to crash into someone's tree.
yeah. The tree is fine. His car is not fine.
No,
Uh,
it's in tough shape, and
yeah,
and it's
and
yeah like
that's
and I feel like like they look across the street and they see his wife's car at like the gas station,
Yeah,
and she's with some guy, the Steve we talked about earlier.
yeah. And so they have a new side quest. These are the most
They have a new quest.
distractible brothers anybody's ever seen. Um,
It's very true. They're following her around, but kind of simultaneously, like this is happening. We kind of cut back to Susan Sarandon. She's like just works kind of a cubicle job, and like is getting kind of secret, kind of flirty messages. She gets
yeah,
like a paper airplane with a picture of a rose on it.
yeah. It 9/11's
Someone
her.
jumps in. She gets 9/11
Yeah,
by the paper plane,
yeah,
but it has a rose on it, so it's nice.
yeah,
It's a good one.
yeah. It's the nicest 9/11.
It's pretty nice. And then, yeah, later, a rando starts messenger on a AOL Instant Messenger,
Yeah.
uh, which my note is AIM was the best messaging app, and I
Oh
just
yeah.
spent a lot of time on AIM and MSN Messenger. I always liked AIM more, but not everyone was on there. I think my name was, and if it still exists, it still is Spider-Man 7543.
I'm gonna see if AIM still
And
exists. Did
and
you?
I remember I we found my friends found Bruce Campbell's AIM
Oh,
name, like they like some video, and it was like BC Act, and so we all added him, but like never never
oh.
encountered him online. So
It shut down in 2017 on my dad's birthday.
shame.
Yeah. So it's been gone for a while. It is weird that it
There's
existed the entire time that I lived in New York, though.
it seems like it. I mean, I was surprised when it popped up here in
Yeah.
2011 when this movie was
Yeah.
filmed. So I was like, oh, I feel like most people are on GChat by then, or Facebook Messenger.
Yeah, I was very much, and still am on Facebook Messenger. Um, yeah, it. I forgot that they used to be called IMs and not DMs.
Yeah. Do you prefer instant messaging or direct messaging?
Instant, I want it now. How about you?
I want it now too.
Yeah,
Give me the IM.
yeah. Shoot me a IM. Anyway, so she has a secret admirer, which is
Yeah,
nice, but she is, of
that's
course,
sweet.
very skeptical about that.
Yeah, she's like looking around the office, like looking at some of the guys and stuff, and kind of like meets up with like I think at a certain point she just like messages like meet me at like the water cooler, like
Yeah.
doesn't want to play the game, and there's like some random guy she
Matt
starts talking to at the
Malloy.
water cooler. Matt Malloy, nice.
Yeah, he's from. He has bit parts in so many things, and he's been on so many sitcoms for one episode. But he's also the creepy judge from Drop Dead Gorgeous. Because
Oh yeah.
there's the three judges. The guy that owns the store and his mentally disabled brother, the woman that wrote the movie that doesn't say anything and just kind of stares kind of creepily, and then the creepy guy that has his camera that is not for filming the girls but is for filming roadside accidents for insurance purposes, and that's it. Uh, yeah, and that's him, Matt Malloy. Funny actor that probably deserves more to do in most things.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah,
quite the filmography
yeah,
here,
yeah.
but he doesn't know what she's talking about.
Nope, nope. Anyway, Drop Dead
So,
Gorgeous is great.
swinging a miss.
It doesn't all hold up,
Yeah.
but uh, I regrettably do still laugh at the stuff that doesn't really hold up.
We're all working,
Yeah,
we're all working on ourselves,
yeah,
doing the best we can.
yeah,
We can't help it if stuff is funny.
yeah. Um, anyway, yeah, so,
Jeff and Pat, they follow, Pat's wife and her Steve, I guess, to like a fancy restaurant, or it doesn't even look that fancy. It looks like a mid-tier restaurant, but
Yeah.
he's like, I guess Pat's wife's always wanted to go there, and he won't take her there because he's like,
Like,
it's a little too uptight and snobby for him.
he's more of a Hooters guy.
He does love Hooters.
Yeah, but not in the cool way like this guy I found on Threads that most of his posts are about his trip to Hooters for the day, where it's like there's a selfie with him and his favorite waitress, who he is never creepy towards. He's always friendly.
Hmm.
And then like four pictures of his food, and his posts are almost exclusively about the food, other than like his nice interaction with the waitress. I think the other day she had forgotten her name tag, but for some reason they had given him a few of their name tags, so he gave her his
Oh,
of hers. Because he's a regular there and he's nice. And apparently not creepy. And judging from his threads, I would say he doesn't seem like he's a creep. Yeah, but it's just like mostly
he's
the
just
food is great. I think that day he was like it was too busy in there, so I said hi to my favorite waitress and gave her the name tag since she had forgotten hers, and went home to eat my food takeout style, and it was great because he loves it.
he really, he must really be there for the wings, the excuse everyone uses.
Oh, I think he uses the whole menu. I've seen him post about all different kinds of
Okay.
food. And then sometimes he makes his own food and it also looks pretty good. It's the only wholesome account that is mostly about Hooters.
Well, respect to you, King, whoever you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah. Anyway, Pat is
But
not that guy.
Pat does not respect
No.
Hooters.
They would never
He
give
goes
him
there
a
for
spare name tag.
no. He's creep. He's a creep that would get kicked out.
Yeah.
And yeah, he can't. He doesn't want to go in there, so he convinces Jeff to go in there with his phone, so we can like call it and like eavesdrop on the conversation. And the hostess is Katie Asselton, wife
Yeah.
of Mark Duplass, which was fun to see her
Yeah.
pop up. And this is happening, and it's pretty much just she's just kind of venting to the Steve guy about their terrible marriage.
And it seems pretty accurate.
Yeah, no lies detected, but it seems like because Pat has Jeff put like the phone like in such a way where Pat can hear it like from the payphone across the street that he's called
Yeah.
the cell phone on, and he doesn't seem to really be taking in anything she's saying to heart or like
No,
reflecting.
no, he's just
He's just
mad.
getting mad.
Yeah.
He's just getting mad. But this is all happening, and of course, when they went to park at this restaurant, Pat parks in front of a fire hydrant, and he's like, "Oh, it's not a big deal," and but it is because his
Well,
Porsche gets towed away.
so he has a ticket already that he's
Yeah.
like to take care of the fire hydrant issue. He puts the ticket that he already has in the windshield, so it looks like he's already got a ticket for it. But that just makes them tow his
Hmm.
car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not that smart.
No.
Pat.
Yeah, he's an
He
asshole.
thinks he thinks he's smarter than he actually is, and more put together because he's always calling Jeff childish and like saying how he's like not a grown up. But then it's just like the way he behaves is like you just like bought a sports car like when you're trying to save for a house and you're just are very like impulsive and horny. It's like you also seem like very
Yeah.
weird and childish.
Yeah, but in a much one of my notes just says I would rather be a Jeff than a Pat. Easily.
That's that's the moral of the story. It's
Yeah.
you want to be a Jeff, not a Pat. And I kind of around this time because even like the way uh Jeff is kind of his costuming and like how he looks. I mean, he looks like Jason Segel, but it is kind of like similar a little bit like to Mark Duplass. So I'm like, oh, like are these like the different side? Like are these brothers like the different sides of Mark Duplass, or like the different sides of like both Duplass brothers?
Yeah.
Because like the asshole side, like in the puffy chair and some other things, like you see that like can come out like a little bit.
Yeah.
But then there's also like that kind of sweet side that's like wants the world to be full of wonder, but like maybe not the most motivated. So I don't. So it just seemed like, oh, it's like this is just these are the different sides of Duplass like coming out here.
And Jason Segel is a very good vessel for a Duplass
Yeah.
stand-in. He's just got a
Hmm.
little bit sadder eyes, but other than that, like
Yeah.
he's got a very similar thing going on, which, to be clear, again, we like here.
We love it.
Yeah, we're on board. Um, yeah. So his car gets towed, which makes following her around a lot more complicated. And then the waiter comes over to see what Jeff wants, and he just keeps trying to whisper water. And
Yeah.
the guy's like, "I'm sorry, I can't hear you." So he's just like, "I just want a fucking water." And then
Oh,
Lynn,
I guess the funny.
yeah. Oh, go
I
for it.
was I was gonna say funny detail because it's. I mean, I guess it's like a nice enough restaurant to where if you're wearing a hoodie, they don't like that. So he
Yeah,
has like a jacket that he's been given that
yeah,
he's like wearing over the hoodie, and it's
yeah,
a very funny look.
yeah. Um, but then he gets busted by Linda, who feels like she's the one getting busted, and they're both right.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
and yeah, so that's yeah, they both get busted, and she tries to pass off this Steve character as, "This is my friend Steve, and we're just leaving now. So see you
And we're
later."
going.
Yeah, so see you later, and everything's normal here. I'm having lunch with my friend Steve.
Everything's above board, and
Yeah,
yeah, and then Jeff leaves. Then he reconnects with Pat, and Pat, has a great idea to go through the trash of the restaurant to try and find the receipt
so he,
that the guy left, so we could get his name, find his phone number, then go to his house and kick his ass.
yeah, something we totally believe that Pat is capable of. Definitely.
And
Yeah.
just this happens literally like right after they leave, and I'm like, they probably haven't even like taken the trash. Like it's just it's
Well,
again
also,
Pat not that bright.
Jeff says, "I don't think they throw away the credit card slips. I think they keep those for their
Yeah,
records," which makes way more sense than it having already been thrown away in the dumpster within 2 minutes.
yeah.
Um,
And he does get stuff on his hand and then smells it. Pat does, and it
yeah.
is gross. I didn't like that.
No.
It's
No.
bad.
Um, yeah. So they get into an argument because of Pat's winning attitude and demeanor, and go their separate ways. And also,
Well,
Jeff
first
sees a truck that says Kevin Candy.
as I said, there is an important detail before because they're kind of walking and they're sad, and they end up at the cemetery where their dad's grave
Oh,
is.
yes, that's right. And that's where we find out he died in 95.
Yeah, and like Pat kind of tells this kind of sweet story about like this dream he had, like with has their dad, like in the situation, and then Jeff is like, "Oh, like I have that dream too," like like feeling like, "Oh, like this is a very profound moment," like between brothers. It's like we haven't been able, we haven't been getting along. Things are a little weird, but like, oh, like maybe this can connect us. And Pat doesn't want to believe in anything. He doesn't want to
Yeah.
believe it means anything. He's
Even though
just kind of
what their dad is saying is, "Do you know what the best day in the history of the world is?" And the correct answer is today. Today is the best day in the history of the world, which totally lines
yeah,
up with Jeff's worldview. But
yeah.
Pat is not having the best day in the history of the world. His piece of shit
They're not having a
car.
great day.
I don't think Jeff's looking at it as a bad day. I think he's looking at it as, once I
Yeah.
find Kevin, everything's going to make sense. And Pat is thinking, how come no one respects me or my car? I am so cool. Look at my goatee and my car.
I am cool. I am the best.
Yeah.
And yeah, Jeff even gets mugged before, so
Yeah.
he should complain. But he's looking on the bright side. He's trying
Yeah.
to find joy. But
Yeah.
yeah, he gets on the Kevin Candy truck, which I like that name, Kevin Candy.
Yeah. Uh, and Pat goes off to do Pat related activities. And yeah, they coincidentally end up at the same place, which is the motel where Linda and Steve have checked in. Pat
Yeah.
tries to get information on what room they're in, and that goes about as well as you'd expect and kind of hope, which is not well.
No, he loves greasing the wheels because yeah, that happens at the restaurant as well.
Yeah.
He gives money because the booth next to his wife and Steve is open. Is his wife's name Linda? I shouldn't just be calling him. I should be calling her by her name.
Um,
Yeah, Linda.
yeah.
Okay. So Linda, yes, Linda's so the booth next to Linda and Steve is open, and he gives him money to again, yeah, grease the wheels with the hostess, and it does work in that case.
Yeah. It doesn't work so
But
well at the motel where that shit never really works.
no, we have first-hand experiences with
Yeah.
the hotels not being that cooperative.
They can't even tell you if you have a reservation. You think they're going to tell you if someone else does? Um,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, so they meet up coincidentally there because that's where the Kevin Candy truck goes.
yeah, because it's like a candy trick that refills the vending machines.
Yeah.
So like he ends up at like the laser tag place because they're filling the vending machines there, and then yeah, ends up at the hotel to fill up the vending machine. He runs into Pat, and Pat's like staking out the hall, kind of looking for him, waiting for any signs of life. And then yeah, Steve comes out with the ice bucket and refills it, and they follow him back up to the room. And there's like yeah, kind of a funny back and forth where Pat's kind of feeling like, oh, it's like you think she's giving him a hand job, and Jeff says like they're adults. I think it's highly unlikely she's giving him a hand job.
Anyway, they figure out the room. They go
Hmm.
to try to break it down. That doesn't go very well. Doors are strong.
Doors are strong and mainly just yeah. Jeff just mostly smashes his shoulder.
Yeah. And then Steve opens the door, and Pat does presumably the moves we think he was going to do on Jeff on Steve, and it doesn't go super awesome. But Jeff pins him up against the wall while Pat confronts
Yeah,
Linda, and he's like, "What is the wine?" And then he sees like a TV tray type thing, like what my computer is perched on right now, in fact. And he goes, "Is that some sort of sex board?" And he's really mad about the sex board, which is funny. And she calls him out on all of
yeah.
his shit, and again, she's entirely right.
She's correct, and he is sad,
Yeah.
and
And
they
meanwhile,
leave, and then it's and this then they get another bathroom. They're hanging out in the tub, just kind of despondent.
and meanwhile, Susan Sarandon is at work. She talks to her friend Carol about this whole secret admirer thing, and Carol thinks she should figure out who it is and go for it. And then we see her wrist,
Yeah.
which has a tattoo of the exact same rose that was on the paper airplane. And
Oh,
it's her, and it's very awkward because neither of them are lesbians or bisexual. So it's a very confusing
yeah,
moment for them. But uh,
yeah,
and Susan Sarandon is not really into it and goes back to her desk. And then the fire alarm goes off, which somehow
yeah,
sets off the sprinklers, even though those are heat activated and not just activated by the alarm. And this is the second movie in which there is a fire drill with sprinklers going off where everyone leaves but Susan Sarandon is just kind of basking in the water. The other movie is
yeah.
not nearly as good, and it's called Elizabethtown, and is not good. This movie is a lot better.
Yeah.
Anyway, she decides to
But yeah.
roll with it, and it's the rare case of the platonic secret admirer.
Yeah. But they still kiss.
Yeah, which is nice, and decide to
Yeah.
gun it on down to New Orleans and just make a time of it.
Gotta go make a time down in New
Yeah.
Orleans.
So they hit the road, and
Yeah, and I forget because everyone ends up, yeah, like there's like the really long bridge that like goes
yeah,
into New Orleans, and they all end up on that bridge. And I
yeah.
don't,
And Pat says, "What does this look like?" And Jeff says, "It looks like really bad traffic," which it does. Yeah,
but then like yeah, like and you see there's like I guess you, but yeah, everything's backed up, and then like Jeff just, I think they both get out of the car and just kind of start like running. Uh
yeah,
it's I think Jeff is first, and then Pat's chasing after him, and then like Pat I think runs into like his mom and Lynn and Carol,
and
and even
Linda.
like Linda's on this bridge. But you're seeing like Jeff is running, running, running. You see there was like a truck gets flipped over, and somehow like a car with like husband and two kids like ends up in the water, and it's like
Yeah,
sinking. So Jeff jumps in the water,
he
goes,
doesn't even
saves the
think
two
about it.
daughters. Yeah, doesn't even hesitate.
Yeah,
Jumps in, saves the daughters. Dad is still down there. Goes down. Feels like it's a little bit too long. Dad comes up. Jeff still hasn't. And and Pat's there, and Pat's he's got to save Jeff now.
yeah. And this is like really sappy, but it's the type of shit that works 100% of the time on me. Like just seeing someone unhesitatingly do such a selfless thing that, like, I'm choking up right now. You may hear. Yeah, that just works
Yeah,
on me every fucking time. And
'cause
this
it's
was no different. I was kind of sobbing.
yeah, because Pat like has done
Yeah.
zero selfless things in this whole movie. He's again bought the Porsche
Yeah.
just as a generally an asshole, just only thinking of himself. But
Yeah.
yeah, he's able to kind of whatever he's been dealing with or whatever is up with him, he's kind of able to shake it in that moment and I guess yeah, rediscover part of his humanity because he's able to just kind of yeah embrace more of a Jeff-like attitude and just wants to be in love with his wife again, which is
Yeah.
just very sweet.
Yeah. So Jeff saves the kids and the husband. They get on. They flag down a boat that's going by and get on. The police boat also shows up. Uh, he doesn't come up. Pat jumps in after him. The one
Hmm.
good thing he's done.
His noble act.
Yeah. Pulls Jeff out. Jeff is unresponsive. They're on the police boat. They do CPR. And then we get a trope of puke. We've had puke come up in a few of these movies. Uh, this
That
is,
water he puked up is
yeah,
real nasty.
yeah. Like the Color Wheel and Francis Ha, at the very least, both have puke. Um, I bet some of the other ones also do, if I thought about it.
Frown Frownland seems like
Yeah,
there's puke in there. That's a
yeah.
puke
Daddy
a
Long's,
pukey movie.
yeah, Daddy Longlegs is more piss based. Oh, yeast also puke.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
In the bar, yeah.
yeah. So, yeah, that's a trope.
Another trope.
Yeah,
Puke is a new trope.
puke is a trope.
This solidifies it. This solidifies it.
Yeah. Anyway, they save the day. They then it's just shows them at the family house. They're watching a news report of their heroics of the kids talking about it, and I get choked up again because it's the exact same reason. Um, and it seems like everything's going to be all right. Pat and Linda are having a nice conversation. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, everyone seems happy, and Jeff finally glues in the slat, and that's how the movie ends.
That's how it ends. And I don't know if this is a note I wrote or like a line from the news report, but it's this idea, or maybe like a headline or the newspaper. It says he saved a dad for those girls because he doesn't have a dad to save.
Yeah, and there's something really nice about that too. Anyway, this sort of optimism, I don't know how a lot of people feel about it, but it really works for me. I don't know. I like it.
Yeah, it's. I was surprised because it is, yeah, like one of the happier endings in a way, and it's nice. Like so many of these movies have not been nice when they ended, and this is just very, very sweet. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, like all this, and kind of, yeah, I think it's good to, have that Jeff attitude and reflect on life. It's like, yeah, all these crazy things happen and they're unexpected and sometimes hard to work through and hard to deal with, but like, you don't know, like, how that's gonna like help you potentially like make an impact on someone else's life, and that's just a really nice sentiment because it adds meaning to so much of life that can be really difficult to go through, or
Yeah.
just mundane. It's just, I guess, yeah, allowing ourselves to kind of see that in life, that like, because sometimes that happens and we don't, it's not as dramatic as saving of jumping into a river and saving someone's life, but there are
Yeah.
subtle, like unshowy ways, like every day with actions we can do that like make a big difference. So
Yeah. I
it's 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 a good kind of sentimentality. It's not overly cheesy. It's just it. And again, the way the movie builds up to it, it's a really nice connecting. Uh,
it's
everything connects really well.
it's the type of worldview and optimism that I don't have all the time, but I like to think that in my best moments, that's where I'm
Yeah,
at.
yeah. I yeah, I hear you, Greg. It's a sweet movie. Like, and yeah, some of these mumblecore movies, like we're trying to be real, we're trying to,
Yeah.
like show what life is like, just be avant-garde. It's like, well, like it's easy to do that in a very negative way or in a way that's very
It's
conflict
cynical.
heavy. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's very
But
easy,
it's like,
especially now. Jesus
especially
Christ.
now, yeah, it's not great, but yeah, it's nice to just have that little.
Yeah.
It's like, well, good things happen in life too, so we got to show that. So
Yeah.
it's you need both.
So I am very much a fan of this sort of ending and message. Regardless of how realistic it is, I think it's really nice. And yeah, it moved me, if you guys couldn't tell.
That's the power of the movies, right? That's why we watch these things to feel something and learn
Yeah.
about ourselves and the universe
Yeah.
and each other.
That's why we come to this place. Uh,
Yeah.
Even heartbreak feels good in a place like this. Yeah.
You've now seen her wardrobe for that ad in person. So,
I have. And I've seen, because we only have AMC's here, I think I'm the only person excited when that happens in this entire state, when those ads come up. Uh, yeah. Um, but yeah, I really, I mean, this is kind of a slight movie that didn't really make much of a mark, but I really like it, and a lot of it is that ending. It's just the sort of shit that works for me every time, regardless of how believable it is.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's a movie I liked when I saw it back when it came out. And
Yeah,
yeah, just kind of felt pretty similar about it. It's like, oh yeah, like I like these people. This is just, yeah, really solid. Like you said, yeah, it can feel a little slight,
but
but that doesn't mean it can't, have an impact.
yeah, it shows what we can be in our best
Yeah.
moments if we're receptive. And it's really easy to lose sight of that, especially with how the world is today. But it's something that's really important to hang on to, I think. So,
Yeah, and it's like you could even just yeah look at like in very simplistic terms of like oh like Jeff is an optimist and Pat is a pessimist and in the end like optimism can win if you let
yeah.
it.
Yeah. So, let it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
You,
spread some
like,
more optimism.
yeah, even just like on a personal level, that's more than enough
Yeah.
in your own life. I'm not great at it either, but I'm trying.
No.
So,
Every day.
yeah, it's a battle, and you just got to keep fighting. So, yeah, as much as
For
we
real.
love the cynical fucking dark shit on this show, there's plenty of room for this sort of heartfelt optimism as well. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I love that sort of thing.
Yeah. It's like a nice change of pace from
Yeah.
some of the other stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, like as much as I love the dark shit, I don't aspire to that in my life the way I do this sort of thing.
Yeah.
The sort of just selfless, kind act. And again, I wouldn't say that I'm great at it, but it's something that I try. So,
Hmm.
and I think that's what's truly important. It's
Yeah.
okay to fail if you actually tried, and if you keep trying.
Indeed. Indeed.
Yeah, I bet nobody expected this to be the episode where one of us gets really emotional, and here we are. So,
Who knew?
yeah.
We're
Anyway,
we're just us. We're being real.
yeah,
And sometimes that yeah.
yeah, and I think that's good and important. Anyway,
Indeed.
so that's Jeff Who
So
Lives at Home, a movie about a guy that likes
yeah,
weed and the mysterious world of the Kevins that are all around us every day.
just look for the signs and
Yeah,
trust in the universe.
yeah, yeah.
So
Um,
now, awkward transition time. I guess I can go first.
yeah. What did you watch since our last record, which was very recent due to a lot of events going on in our lives right now?
Surprisingly enough, I had a chance to go see something in the theaters 2 times, or I had 2 times of going to the theater,
Yeah,
which seems hard to do that. But yeah, I was able to catch The Invite, the Olivia Wilde movie, and thought it was great, very funny.
yeah. I'd like to see
Good to
that one.
see her like yeah, kind of good to see her bounce back after Don't Worry, Darling. Was that the name of
Yeah.
that insane movie? The
So
VR movie or whatever.
I read that screenplay for Don't Worry, Darling, and I saw the movie, and the screenplay was worse. I yeah,
Oh wow.
it's really bad, and you can tell it's written by two men, and you can tell it's the whole time they're typing it. They're like, men are just the worst, but we understand. We understand that
Yeah.
they're bad, and it's like okay, but like, still write a good movie, please.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, in the movie technically, was pretty technically proficient. But I guess it's nice that yeah, she was
yeah,
able to kind of scale back and still show a lot of chops. Like even though it's
yeah.
like a very limited setting for the movie, and
I would say that sometimes
yeah,
that's even
just
harder to
yeah,
keep it
exactly. It's just
fresh.
like oh, like you have less to do, and like she's yeah able
Yeah,
to do that well, and just yeah,
yeah,
had a again yeah some of the kind of couple arguing in that movie was a little too real, but
yeah.
that's why it's effective, and yeah, recommend and yeah, hopefully I guess not to spoil too much, but hopefully it's very adjacent to one of the guys' universe favorite subject matter. So,
Oh, okay, yeah.
which is
Uh,
pretty easy to infer if you've seen the
oh,
trailer. But
I haven't seen the trailer, but I know exactly what you're talking about. And we talked about it
yeah,
on the Color Wheel episode. Was that 2 weeks ago now?
yes,
Yeah.
2 weeks ago. Yeah,
Yeah, we've recorded
so
like
that
three in quick succession because I'm going on vacation. So,
yeah, gotta
yeah.
gotta stockpile these puppies. And then yeah, like I think like a lot of people, I was able to go out and see the Odyssey. Like I said last week, just was able to.
Yeah.
We don't have the 70 millimeter IMAX here, just 70 millimeter. I think the closest 70 millimeter IMAX, probably to both of us, is in Seattle.
Oh,
I don't
I
know
would
if
have
there's.
guessed LA. I didn't know they had that in Seattle. That's cool.
There might be one in Seattle. I got to double check, but other yeah, it's.
Yeah. There
But
definitely ain't one here.
yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah.
we have. It seems like there could be one here. There's a couple spots, but yeah, unfortunately, not
Yeah.
one here. But yeah, liked it. I feel like everyone's talking about it, for better or worse. I think all the people who had their bad faith arguments have just shown their lack of influence, which is nice. It's like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
people like actually don't really care about what you say. Like all you do is so you just like so separation between people, and like I don't know, it's nice. It's like a dad move. Like I was
Yeah.
sitting next to like a young kind of alt looking son with his very normie dad. You know, if you this is a movie for the dads and the kids and the sons to watch and connect and enjoy some old timey swords and sandals. And yeah, I liked it. Yeah, kind of darker and had more horror elements than I expected. It felt like in a lot of sequences like very dark fantasy, which I enjoyed. Yeah, performances are good, and just yeah, I was reading some stuff about it. And yeah, people were making like weird connections to Oppenheimer because basically both these movies are about the main character defies God and has to pay and has to deal with the consequences of
Yeah.
defying God. And yeah, so just I've become uh, a Zeusist. I don't even know how to say it, but we follow the law of Zeus here, and please do not defile Zeus's law, or you will pay the price.
Yeah. I have made it pretty clear that I'm not a Nolan fan on this show. I've said that before. That being said, I think he does a good job of making movies that just don't connect with me for any in any way. I mean, I think Interstellar is actively bad, but I think he's a good technical filmmaker, and
Hmm.
especially with all these anti-woke chuds making such a big deal, like fucking Elon Musk. If I said what I really thought about him, this podcast would be canceled. Um, just seeing them embarrassed by how well that movie that I am going to wait for streaming for is doing, uh, that makes me happy. Like,
It, yeah,
yeah,
all their meltdowns just seem so childish, and
yeah,
this is like you watch the movie and it's
yeah,
cool. Like I don't know, like yeah, it was kind of what I expected. Like
yeah. Guess what?
it's hard to gush over it. It met expectations. It's good. I don't know, like
No one cares about your culture war horse shit. They just want to see a
yeah,
good movie, and by all accounts, they did. Will I like
they
it?
did.
Honestly, probably not that much, just because there's a long history of Christopher Nolan movies leaving me feeling cold. But that's, again, that's a me thing. Uh, and I'm happy to see those chuds publicly disgraced once again.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's enjoyable, and I feel like it looks even better. Like obviously respect to Nolan for trying to be practical with everything he does, but like right yesterday the Avengers Doomsday trailer dropped, and
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what they're I don't know what they thought with the timing. Like right, they should have done it like before the Odyssey, because comparing them side by side, it just shows how soulless Doomsday
Yeah.
looks. And it seems like I have not really seen any specific person getting too excited about Doomsday after the trailer, including my. I was pretty down on it. It's like, how is this
Yeah.
even going to work? And then I watched the trailer, and I was like, oh well, this just yeah is clearly going to be terrible. It's like Channing Tatum as Gambit was a joke. Like, why is he in this movie? Like, it doesn't make any sense. That was a joke, and it worked well in Deadpool and Wolverine
Yeah.
because that was the point of it. But it just seems like they're just literally trying to cram as much shit in this movie as possible, and everything it just looks so bad. Like it just it looks similar to those scenes of The Rock singing the "You're Welcome" song in Moana in the live action version.
Ugh.
Looks like dog shit. It's just the same soulless green screen dog shit, and I'm
Yeah.
just it's just so it's just so even like screenshots of Dune 3 and Doomsday next to each other, which are opening on the same day. It's like, oh, Dune 3 looks like it was filmed on the planet Earth and not in like the
The
back of a Lowe's.
the volume. Uh, I mean, I'm not really in on Dune either, but with Dune and Nolan stuff, like, I at least trust that they were doing their best to make a good, coherent movie, and I do not feel
Yeah.
that way about the Brothers Russo or the Marvel machine at this point. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
no faith. I guess we'll see
Uh,
how Brand New Day does, but yeah, very little
and
faith.
I mean, I hated the last Spider-Man. I will probably be skipping the new one and Doomsday. I will probably end up watching the new Dune and the Odyssey at home because I at least trust that they're. I think those guys are competent, even if what they do is not for me. So
Yeah,
that is,
fair. That's
yeah,
fair, Greg.
yeah, yeah.
And anyway, yeah, what have you been watching?
Let's see. I had something real good for this, and in the moment, I'm actually blanking on it. But it
Oh,
was. I probably even told you about it while I was watching it.
I think so. Is it the? Does it involve a stick
Probably.
and wishes and was inspired by the monkey's paw episode of The
Oh,
Simpsons?
no, I watched that too. I watched
Oh,
Obsession,
this is another one.
and
Okay, I
Obsession
knew about that one.
was really good. I really liked Obsession. Uh, if that's what the kids are up to, then I think the kids are going to be all right. I mean, I like those guys' sketches that I've seen on YouTube too. They are funny. Obsession was had plenty of funny moments, but it was just very effective and good. I thought. Uh, Good for them. I am excited to see what they do in the future. And now I am
Hmm.
looking. Oh, I watched. I did tell you about this. I watched Big Helium Dog, a sketch movie
Oh yeah.
written and directed by the guy behind the new Minions movie. Uh, but it's a sketch movie from the 90s, produced and starring Kevin Smith and kind of like a lot of his crew, and also Michael Ian Black and just a few other random people, including the director of Hustlers, Lorene Scafaria. Uh, it was kind of like it had only screened at Kevin Smith's Vulgarthon festival, and then it was kind of considered lost for 25 years. And last year they released a Blu-ray, and I bought it without knowing more than that. In fact, I'm not even sure I knew all that. I just knew it was kind of a lost thing, so I should grab it. A lot funnier than I would have expected, considering it was lost for so long. Usually there's a reason, but this was genuinely very funny. Oh, all the Super Troopers guys are in it at one point or
Oh,
another,
random.
including deleted scenes. Some of them had their scenes deleted. But the guy that plays Farva plays the devil in this, and he looks super young. And yeah, it reminded me a lot of the Clerks cartoon, which I grew up with and also love. Um, yeah, fun movie. I don't know where you can find it aside from Blu-ray, but it is worth watching. And it was
Yeah, I
interesting
remember.
to see the Super Troopers guys in that after seeing the Super Troopers 3 trailer in front of Gail Daughtry's Celebrity Sex Pass, where they all look so old and tired, and none of the jokes in that trailer worked at all for me. So, yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's yeah. I remember because yeah, sketch movies can be so hit or miss. So it's good. It's nice when there's a good one.
Yeah, it's mostly hit. There are a couple misses, but you'll have that, especially with something that we've culture's come a long way in 26 years, 27 years.
Yeah,
So the fact that most of it holds up is pretty good news. Yeah. Anyway, that's what I watched.
excellent. Nice.
Yeah, this is shaped up to be a very interesting, slightly messy episode for various internal and external reasons. Um, and that's okay.
That's how we like it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes it's nice to be sloppy.
Yeah. I don't think in a bad way. Uh, anyway, I would like to thank Nicholas Don Smith for our beautiful, beautiful art. I would like to thank Lumbermouth for our editing and theme music. I would like to thank us for giving ourselves this opportunity, and I would especially, again, love to thank the audience who just continues to blow me away with how supportive you guys have been. Uh, I really thought this was going to end up being a podcast for just the two of us, and that's it. And apparently,
Yeah.
there are dozens of people that are willing to listen to us be messy on the microphone about movies that most people have not heard of. So thank you again so much for showing up all the time.
We appreciate you, the
Uh,
true sickos out there.
yeah,
And
you're our
yeah,
people.
we're welcome. You're home. Welcome
Yeah,
home, everyone.
yeah,
And yeah, next week we're kind of yeah, we're in the home stretch. We just got a couple episodes left for our Mumblecore. Yeah, if I could speak, in our Mumblecore series, and we're going back to our most hated filmmaker, Mr. Joe Swanberg, and we're kind of jumping to the end because it seems like really in earnest after 2011, 2012. There's not a whole lot going on in this scene, like in the
yeah,
way it was before. Uh, and again, we could have covered like 10 more Joe Swanberg movies for this
yeah,
series, but not, we wanted to keep our sanity and keep things fresh. But we have one more. Yeah, it's 2015 film, Digging for Fire. And we're going to have a guest that Greg knows who's apparently a Joe Swanberg defender. So that
yeah,
should be an interesting episode. But even looking at the cast for Digging for Fire, it's a stacked cast. So I'm
yeah. It's people I
trying to keep
like.
expectations level. I'm not trying to like pump it up too much, but we'll see if it can live up to the cast. At the very least, should be an interesting discussion with a Joe Swanberg defender.
Yeah, and we will play
So you
nice.
want
Yeah,
we're not here we're not here to bully anyone unless it's
no,
Elon Musk. So
I'll bully the shit out of him, and it would be easy.
or Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, yeah,
Any tech bros, we will
yeah.
bully you.
Oh, into the
We
fucking ground.
yeah. So yeah, that's something to look forward to. So until then, take care of yourselves, sickos.